Hi, I'm Cy Tidwell, co-founder of iTOVi, and with us today is Justin Nadald.
Hi, I'm Justin Nadald, co-founder of Guidance Genomics, and we're really excited to be here today to make some clarifications around the DNA program and maybe answer a few questions that are out there.
There's been a lot of hype around iTOVi DNA, so let's answer a bunch of these questions. Okay, so we get a lot of questions on how this will help me build my business, and we want to answer that for you today. I had an awesome experience with you when you introduced this to me long ago.
Right.
And you were able to show me my report, which meant a lot to me because it was specific to my DNA. And then that coupled with the traits and the products that are associated with my report, I was dialed in. I mean, it meant a lot to me. And so it wasn't coming from an unbiased, like you should try this product and that product. And I think with you building your business and talking to the prospects and your downlines, it offers that opportunity to become the expert with, continual trainings and you guys being able to dial in on what this means and how it works. But for you to be that expert eventually to discuss and have a lot of touch points with your downlines on what it means to them and making them the hero, it was awesome for me to experience that.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It takes away some of the trial and error. I mean, if you have people that are joining your little sales family and your downline and they're beginning this program, a lot of times people ask, how do I start? Where do I begin? How do I even get into this? And I think if you start with a foundation of genetic testing and specific product recommendations based on the way your body is built, it eliminates some of that pain of how do I do it? What should I do? Well, let's start with some of these obvious recommendations and go from there.
And it's unchanging, right?
Yeah.
Our DNA is unchanging. And often we've heard this a ton where the pain point is, where do I get started? Or my downline, and you maybe recall if you've been in the business for a long time, you remember feeling like that, like, gosh, where do I start? And it's overwhelming because there's tons of products. And so you have a ton of products. Now this funnels everything and it's personalized product recommendations based off the traits. It's a powerful experience you guys can help offer other people. So keep that in mind. And as you're doing webinars or in person, you can still have that additional touch point to talk to and be that value add to that individual, which is way better than a lot of people are doing, where they're just like, hey, take this product, take that product. This is a very personalized experience based off DNA, which is awesome.
That's exactly right. If you can solve the issues around what products do I take and how can you as a business builder stay in contact with your people, this eliminates those two things right off the bat.
And everybody can take this test. Everybody can take this DNA test. So again, you can't offer this one time to one person and use that same test to others. This is an opportunity for you guys to offer it to a lot of people and broadens that prospect pool, if you will. And so hopefully this has helped answer your question on how does this affect me? How can I use this to build my business? So Justin, how is iTOVi and iTOVi DNA related, or are they, or is it integrated?
Yeah, great question. So let's look at it this way. Your genetic test will be done one time because your genes don't change. The results will not change. We're going to test your genetics one time. We're going to return the results to you in the form of reports. The reports are going to talk about individual traits and your specific trait score with associated products recommended to that. We'll test you one time. We can return those reports to you. You'll see that in the iTOVi app, right?
Exactly.
You'll pull up your phone, the app will be there. You'll decide, do I want to look at my iTOVi scanner results or my genetic results? The genetic results will be separate from your scanner results.
Yeah, and the scanner results, as you may know or may not, is a dynamic experience, right? You're scanning yourself and your family daily or weekly, and then you're scanning other individuals, downlines, prospects as often as you can, right? And introducing products in a more dynamic way based off of diet, stress, sleep, some of the things that are accompanied with GSR and our own proprietary algorithm. Well, that experience coupled with this unchanging one-time DNA experience will put you above the rest, trust me. But it's a separate thing, right? It's a little bit different.
Well, maybe I can use this analogy. The genetic testing, the DNA testing, and your understanding of your body is almost like knowing how your team is built. What are our team strengths? How should we build our game plan around, our strengths and our abilities? And the iTOVi scan, the daily scan, the weekly scan, those are kind of like the plays within the game. So let's get an understanding of our game plan and what our strengths are and how do we need to plan things. And then the scan, which changes and is dynamic, could be related to plays inside the game.
I love it. hopefully that answers your guys' question.
So Cy, I own an iTOVi scanner.
Okay.
How much are you going to charge me for this DNA program?
$139. And then on April 16th, that's jumping up to $179 though.
Okay.
So $139 is as low as it's ever going to be. In fact, our bulk pricing, buying 5,000 of these, it's still $139 right now. Bulk pricing is going to be more expensive.
So if I want to buy 6
Yeah.
for my family, $139 each. I want to buy 100 for my sales team, $139 each.
Yep.
Okay.
So again, bulk pricing is going to be more expensive than that. So now's the time. If you want 20 of these, 1,000 of these, get them at $139 because it'll never be that low again.
Take advantage.
And there is no monthly payment. So for you iTOVi customers that own an iTOVi scanner, this also, whether you bought your iTOVi scanner on a monthly basis or you bought it outright, it's the same price. It's $139.
$139.
Yep, right now. And again, April 16th, that's going up to $179. For more information, definitely see our website for additional details.
So Cy, I do not currently own an iTOVi scanner,
Okay.
but I want to buy the DNA program.
Just the DNA program.
I only want the DNA
Absolutely.
program. Right now.
Everybody can.
I have
So
friends and family
it's
that only want the DNA
$139.
program. Okay.
It's $139.
Okay.
And that goes up on April 16th to $179.
Okay. So I can get it if I don't have a scanner.
$139 per kit. And by the way, that will never be that low again. In
Right.
fact, even bulk pricing is going to be more expensive. So per kit, right?
Yep.
So $139, you want 10 of them, 20 of them. You don't own an iTOVi scanner? Absolutely. Now, if you own an iTOVi scanner, you can also do that.
Okay.
Now, if you want both,
Let's say I want to
Yeah.
buy a scanner
Yeah.
now and the DNA program. I want to get both together. Can I get a deal?
of course. So we do have, if you use the code DNA bundle, that's the coupon code, and you can take advantage of buying them together to save a lot of money. In fact, we have 2 pricing options for iTOVi, right? iTOVi monthly is $39.99 a month, and that doesn't ever go up. That's just $39.99 a month. And you get
Unlimited scans.
Unlimited scans.
Yep.
Yep. Scan as many people as you want all the time, which is awesome because it's that dynamic. Or you can just buy it one time and then never pay monthly again. And that one-time option is $829.
So what if I want to buy
$829. So if you want to buy the kit and the scanner and do the one-time option rather than paying $829 plus $139 or $179 if it's after April 16th, it's just $899
total?
So we're knocking like $75 off the scanner. Huge savings.
Yeah.
So $899 total, and you get the iTOVi scanner. Never pay monthly again. It's the lifetime option, and you get the iTOVi DNA kit. So that's one time. Now, if you want to do the monthly scanner plus the DNA kit, then it's $179, and then after that, of course, it'll be $39.99 a month for the iTOVi scanner.
Okay.
Which, by the way, with our referral program, you can get that down to $10 a month. You need to see that on our website. But definitely, it's a huge savings on getting the bundle for sure.
Right.
So
good time to do both.
Definitely a good time to do both.
Okay.
Absolutely. And they work really well together. And for additional details, definitely see our website for that information.
Okay, so Cy, obviously you have bulk pricing. If somebody wants to buy a whole
Obviously.
bunch of these,
Yep.
you can walk us through this?
Absolutely.
So let's say today I want to buy 10 kits.
$139.
Okay, tomorrow I want to buy 25 kits
$139 per kit.
per kit. 2 weeks from now, I want to buy 1,000 kits.
Still $139.
For my whole downline.
Justin. Still $139.
$139.
Yes, per kit. Yep.
Let's say on April 16th, I want to buy 100 kits.
Ooh. So now that's when it changes, right? Because it's
Okay.
going up to $179 per kit, right?
Okay,
But there's bulk pricing which we'll
starting
talk
April
about.
16th.
So 100.
Okay,
So let me just go through this real quick. So between 1 and 3, it's $179. Okay,
Okay.
$179. All of a sudden, you want to buy one for all your kids, your family. 20 of them. Between 4 and 49.
4 kits and 49 kits.
Yes, 4 kits and 49 kits. It's $174.
Okay.
Okay. 50 to 499 kits is $169.
Okay.
All right. 500 to 999 kits is $164. Kind of see where we're going?
Yeah.
Down $5. 1,000 to 4,999 is $159.
Now let's say I have a large team. I've got thousands and thousands of people in my downline and on my team, and I want to buy 5,000 kits.
Well, it's funny you say this because we actually have had some very high,
Exactly.
high ups talk to us about, hey, we want bulk pricing. And so now, of course, it's $139, but again, April 16th and on, that 5,000 is still going to be $149, $10 per kit more expensive.
So 5,000 or more, the best pricing is to be $149 per kit.
That's right. So now they should get actually,
Yeah. And the other thing that we decided is really interesting, because we had some really top leaders ask us this question. We've decided for that large bulk order of 5,000 or more, we can offer a fully customized DNA collection kit. You can have your sales
Love
team
that.
name on there, your colors, different things like that. Of course, we'll handle all of the processing, all the sequencing, all the report generation. Nothing will change, but these kits will be custom branded kits for your team.
And we'll pay for all, obviously, the logos,
Yeah,
all the
everything.
colors. It's just, you're buying 5,000 plus at $149 per kit. Plus, you get this kind of co-branded, which is an amazing experience.
Yeah, make it
Love
a
that.
personalized experience for your team.
Yep.
So if you have any other questions about the bulk pricing, just see our website for additional details.
Okay, Justin, I have taken 23andMe, for example. Some customers are asking that, or an ancestry experience. What does that look like? How does that affect, or can I use that information with iTOVi DNA?
Yeah, that's a good question. The reality is, if you've had other genetic testing done from other companies, we can use that raw genetic file that you have.
Okay.
We can upload it and we can create our genetic reports for you.
Awesome.
Now, you can't have done the test that only tells you your ethnicity. I mean, if they've told you you're
Right.
from Norway, that's not enough genetic information for us to
Health
determine.
related.
Yeah, you have to do the health related
Makes sense.
tests. And so we're currently building that into our functionality. In the registration process, you'll be able to upload raw genetic data and we'll be able to return the reports for you.
So it's not available right now, right? In the future.
It will be soon.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it may be slightly less
It
expensive.
will
right?
cost
Or-
a little bit less
slightly
per
cheaper.
customer.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for that information. As we find out and learn more about what that looks like, we'll definitely share that with you.
So, Sai, we have some international customers and friends that have been asking if this is going to be available in other countries. Right now, we're going to the US and Canada.
That's right. As we're kind of finding out about regulatory and compliance and shipping and all these other things that we have to take in consideration, we're strategically targeting a few countries right now: Europe, Australia, Mexico, with a lot of other countries down the road. But right now, that's kind of where we're targeting. And as you may know, with the iTOVi app, we've translated in 8+ languages, and that's also in the roadmap is where we're, which iTOVi DNA reports need to be translated. That's something we're definitely going to work on, but
So
we
even
don't
when
know when exactly yet.
Okay, so even when we do ship to these other countries, it'll still be in English for the time being.
Absolutely.
The pricing for the testing and the reporting and everything stays the same. The difference in the cost is going to be the shipping cost.
Shipping.
That's pretty obvious.
That's right. And we don't know everything right now, right? We're currently working on, like I said, Australia, Mexico, and Europe.
okay.
And finding out stuff almost daily. So as you guys are staying, make sure you're following us on Instagram and Facebook and all that, but watch our webinars, because as we find out more information through emails and different things like that, we'll definitely keep you guys apprised for that information.
The good news is
For
we
2
want everybody to have it. We want you to all to have it. The very minute we're able to get it to you, we will.
Absolutely. Okay, so our customers are asking, what's in the first report and the additional reports? What does that look like? Talk to that a little bit.
I will. Yeah, that's a great question. It bears noting that we were going to offer this first report with the initial pricing, and then the second report we've talked about previously was only going to be $19. We decided actually to fold all of that information into the first report.
Combined. More value. in the
Yeah,
first
let's
report
make the
now.
first one a little more valuable, and a lot of the products and the understandings tie together anyway. So maybe I can go through some of what's included.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
So we're going to offer insights about the way your body metabolizes a bunch of micronutrients, right? So vitamins and minerals are kind of the micronutrients.
Yep.
So essential vitamins and minerals like calcium, copper, iron, magnesium, phosphorus. We'll talk about the way your body metabolizes each of these minerals, right? We'll do selenium, zinc. We'll move into the vitamins. Vitamin A, vitamin B6, B9, B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E. It turns out
That's a lot of vitamins.
it's a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals. These are essential. This is how your body functions. This is what makes
Absolutely.
your body function optimally. So if we're talking about our best selves and our best health and our best chance at, avoiding sickness and staying healthy, let's make sure we understand how our body metabolizes these vitamins and minerals and what we what we could be looking at for optimization of those things. Okay.
For sure. Love that.
Then we move on to the macros. People have asked about micros and macros.
Yes.
Macros are
Count your macros. And
Yeah,
all
we're
that.
counting
People
ma-
are familiar with macros a little bit more probably.
fats, proteins, carbohydrates. So we'll tell you how your body metabolizes these things and give you a trait score associated with those. Again, with each of these traits, there will be product recommendations. I shouldn't say each of them, but with these traits, there'll be product recommendations. There may be some that don't have a really obvious product from your company's product catalog that tie to this trait or are affected, will affect this trait. So we'll make the recommendations where they're obvious and it makes sense and there's validity behind it.
And that's the power behind these reports,
Yeah.
are the products that are associated with the traits, if applicable.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And there might be two products that apply to one trait, for example. So it's true to what it calls for.
That's
Absolutely.
right. We've also decided to include in this first report a trait around stress tolerance, how your body handles stress, a trait around systemic inflammation. We've talked about this before. This is pretty important to people. And a lot of the micros and macros that we're testing on influence your inflammation and your stress tolerance. So where things are interrelated, we're going to include those in this first report.
And stress is a big one. I love that that's in this report. So that's the first report. What about the second report?
So the second report is going to, it's going to be a big one. It's going to be include the custom diet plan, right? Your custom meal plan,
Awesome.
which is breakfast, a snack, lunch, a snack, dinner, a snack. We'll get you a midnight
it'll
snack.
tell me what to eat,
Yeah.
almost like if
It will tell you
based on my DNA.
Yeah, it's genetically
Wow.
calculated meal plan. So it will tell you specific foods and quantities of those foods and what the caloric value of those foods are and what the micro, macro nutrient values of those foods are.
I can't wait. I can't wait for
Yes.
for our customers to receive that value because I've seen it.
Yeah.
And you guys, it is powerful, especially with the content and how to digest that and consume that. It's very, very cool. And my wife is like blown away with that stuff because it makes her job easier too.
It's a big
So-
deal. Around that, we'll have some things around food sensitivities,
Okay.
preferences, different ways your body metabolizes some of these things, which blend into creating a customized diet plan. So that's in the second program.
And so we're going to have several reports, 6 to 8 reports.
Yep.
The first report, the $139 before April 5th or 16th, it includes what we talked about with all of those different things. And you talk about the
Macros,
second
micros,
report.
yeah. Second report.
It's anywhere between $19.99.
The second report is, we price these reports, good question,
Okay.
based on the value, based on the amount of content, based on the research, based on the genes that are being looked at, based on the allele combinations that have to be calculated, right? That's a lot of nonsense, but the reality is the pricing is based on the amount of content. So the second report with the custom diet plan and all of the metabolism questions
Can be more expensive.
It's $49.
Okay. And then the diet, the exercise plan is probably about the same. And then you're looking anywhere between $19 to $29 for the remainder.
Yeah, I think those two reports with the big custom diet plan and the custom exercise plan will be at that higher range. The remaining reports are going to be under $30. They're going to be $19 to $29.
Okay. Awesome.
And they'll include things like skin care, sun sensitivity, skin aging, wrinkles, some of those things, physical performance, and some of these other reports. So a lot of really interesting things coming up, and they'll be broken into.
And all reports they're going to have potential product recommendations. Is that right?
Everything.
So
Yeah.
it's ongoing, and we'll distribute those when they become available, of course.
And you'll know the price of the report that you're going to purchase,
Yes.
and the information included in each report. So it's not a blind purchase. Well, I hope report number 2 is cool. I'll just pay for it and hope it all works out. You'll know what's coming and what you're paying for.
You guys, this is huge. There's not just this first report that we're going to deliver to you and that's it. It's get these additional reports, the diet plan, the exercise plan, and digest all of that, and then get those other reports. And again, we'll provide those as they become available. How amazing is this? And again, with each report becomes this additional opportunity to talk to your downlines, your prospects, other people, have these different touch points to discuss those traits and those product recommendations, right?
In my mind's eye, I envision me and my 20 friends or my 20 people on my sales team ordering these together, and the reports are coming out together, and then we're having these report parties.
Yeah.
Currently,
exactly.
it would be done on Zoom or some kind of video conference, but maybe somewhere in the future, we're having these parties where we get together and we look at our reports and we compare and contrast what was recommended to you versus what was recommended to me, and what do these traits mean, and how does this affect my physical body? I see this being a really great way to get healthy and to help each other stay healthy and stay accountable.
And it's not to take away from iTOVi and that whole experience.
It's going to work
right?
hand in hand.
It's
They're
hand in
going to
hand.
complement one another.
Got this unchanging DNA test that's done one time.
Yep.
And then with the iTOVi scanner being dynamic, still offering those scans to everybody, right? And introducing products to them in a different, unique way using GSR and our own proprietary algorithms. So it becomes this program, this platform that we're able to provide for everybody. I think it's not just one report, it's a lot. So take advantage of that. And as we come out with additional information, we have our website to turn to, and we'll provide that as well through webinars and different information.
It's exciting.
All right, so I've sent in my DNA kit and now I'm waiting for the report to come. What happens if that doesn't work? Like I'm not able to receive my report for one reason or another. Maybe it got lost or not enough saliva. What does that mean to me? That's some of the questions we're hearing.
Yeah, those are common questions. So in the genetic testing industry, we call some of these, we call them failure rates, right? There's a certain number of overall kits that are going to fail for a couple of reasons. Kind of your first question was, what if my kit gets lost in the mail?
Yeah.
Well, if it gets lost in the mail, that's not your fault. It's not my fault. But Cliff Clavin driving the mail truck lost it, or it got delivered, whatever.
Totally.
That is very rare, but it does happen. If it happens, we will identify that and we'll ship you a new kit.
Awesome. Okay. Right? So good news for you guys.
No big deal.
What about the saliva thing? Because some people don't do that long enough.
Yeah.
That's really important.
It turns out that's one of the biggest points of failure. So when you receive your kit, you're going to have 4 swabs. You need to swab the inside of your cheek with 2 swabs on each cheek. Each swab session should be 30 seconds.
Right?
Count to 10 right now.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We get it. Okay. That's only 10 seconds.
I mean, that's a long time. That's already. And a little awkward, actually.
The reason we ask for 30 seconds for all 4 swabs is because we get swabs that are turned into the lab that have very little saliva or DNA on them, right?
Right.
You can't derive the DNA if you don't have enough samples. So we have 4 swabs. Please, 30 seconds with each one. After you swab with those, you need to wave them in the air and let them dry off before you put them in the envelope.
Perfect.
This will eliminate the majority of failures because of sample quantity, right?
Okay. So what does that mean? So if I don't do it well enough, does that cost me anything?
Yeah, we're going to have to, and it's very insignificant, but it's going to be another $39. So if you turn in a kit and our lab determines that you didn't have enough saliva, enough sample on these swabs for us to derive some DNA, we'll let you know, hey, failed at this point early on, thank goodness. $39, we're going to ship you out a new kit and start the process over.
So swab long that's the takeaway.
Swab well, swab long, and dry the thing off.
Okay. So what about on your end? I've heard you talk about it's super rare, but some people are not able to, you're not able to extract that DNA for one reason or another. Super rare. What does that look like for me?
Well,
if that happens to me.
I think you're talking about when we're able to actually extract the DNA and then we run it through the sequencing machine.
That's right.
Yeah, but the science isn't able to identify the specific parts of the gene, the SNPs in the gene. It is weird.
It does happen.
Yeah, it's very uncommon, rare. But it totally happens. So if we actually extract the DNA and run it through the whole testing process and we're not able to see enough of the SNPs that we're looking at and the reports fail, we can't generate, proper reports. We can ask you to do it again. Your decision can be, yeah, let's try it again. And if we do that, we have pricing around that. That's so rare. That's going to be on a case-to-case basis. I wouldn't even worry about it, right? Our points of failure that we're going to need to worry about, and we can mitigate those, are going to be around registering your kit online, registering online before you send it in. It has to be registered. Swabbing very well with all 4 swabs. And that's essentially it. If you swab well and you register your kit, the majority of these failures are going to be taken care of.
The super rare case, like I think you talked about, I think we discussed where if that happens to a customer, we'll offer a full refund.
Yeah, we're not going to charge you if we lose a kit. We're not going to charge you for any of these small
It's
problems.
crazy. Yeah. So for more information on this, check out our website because we do provide any updates there, and we might come out with some new policy or what have you, another thing we find out. So check out iTOVi.com for additional information.
So Sai, we've had a couple of people ask when the reports are ready, how am I going to receive them? I mean, am I going to be notified? How do I read these things?
So electronically, that's
Okay.
the quick answer. You're going to receive an email. You're going to wait about 40 days and then receive an electronic email. It'll trigger you to download our iTOVi app where you consume kind of at a high level, or go to the web portal and kind of take a deep dive and look through everything there. So a couple different ways, but definitely electronically you'll receive that information, and then definitely stay tuned as additional information comes out concerning this topic.
Perfect.
Okay, so privacy is a big deal. Everybody likes to feel all warm and cozy inside. So talk to us what it means for our customers in regards to privacy.
Yeah, it's an important subject. So the privacy that people worry about are related to three things. First, your physical sample,
Yep.
right? Your saliva on the swabs. The second one is the derived DNA that we pull out of that saliva. And the third is the raw genetic data file, right? So first of all, your physical sample and the genetic and the DNA that's derived from that are destroyed within 45 days per CLIA certification
Okay.
guidelines. We don't want your saliva and we don't want your
It's kinda
derived
gross.
DNA, don't need it. Once we've run your reports, we destroy it within 45 days. That leaves us with the raw genetic data file. That is stored in an encrypted storage facility. We don't even need it. And by the way, it's de-identified, right?
Right. So you don't even know it's me. It's
No, it'll be a code, a big long number,
just a
and
bunch
letters,
of data that we have.
and then
right?
all of your data associated with it.
And why do we need that data?
It's interesting because there's constant research that's happening, right? Scientists are finding new genes that are associated with physical traits. And as those things become available and we're able to create new reports with new traits associated with new genes,
Yep.
we won't have to retest you.
So we can have more value to our customers
That's
by them not
exactly
having
right.
to have another test done.
We can just go
Keep it
into the database and scrape the data from that and create new genetic reports for you based on the previous test that we had.
So in other words, you guys are good. It's HIPAA compliant. We've done all the regulatory we're following the regulatory guidelines and
You're
making
safe.
sure you're safe. Absolutely. Thanks for watching. And for additional information, you can always look at iTOVi.com or give us a call here at iTOVi.